Cosner. That usually helps most people remember, and I've got all kinds of mispronunciations, so no worries about that. Thank you so much to California NORML for having me here. I know it's certainly not easy to organize conferences like this. SSDP organized a conference in here in Fort Mason in 2010, and it was quite a challenge, so thank you guys so much for everything that you do. I'm also really happy to be here with you guys because yesterday I celebrated kind of a milestone in my involvement doing this work. Yesterday marked 7 years to the day since I had been arrested for less than half a gram of marijuana on campus at the University of Maryland as a freshman. That kind of catalyzed my involvement, but yesterday, I've made it, and now I'm Associate Director for Students for Sensible Drug Policy in Washington, D.C. The best job ever. Building our movement, and next to my name in the program it said bridging the gap between movement leadership and grassroots activists. But I think what I'm more of an expert on is what SSDP does to strengthen and grow our grassroots network. So I'm going to be speaking about SSDP structure as a grassroots organization, what we do to engage our students and our alumni, what we did as a part of the successful campaign in Colorado, and then something that's very important to any movement and any organization, that's maintaining relationships. So most of you are familiar with SSDP, I hope. So we were founded in 1998. Right now we have about 173 chapters in the U.S., in the United States, and the District of Columbia. We've got 29 chapters outside of the U.S. in 13 countries. We've got nearly 3,000 active students working to end the war on drugs at college campuses in the U.S. We're very focused on, being an organization that's really led by the students. And so, 2/3 of our board of directors, 9 out of our 13 members, are students who are elected by students at our Congress each year. So they really have a stake in, our decision making and, the things that we do, and they feel very invested in it. And it's, not always a clean process. Democracy is messy, and, working with students in high turnover is certainly not an easy task, but we think it's really important to engage these young people on an issue that, really means a lot to them. They have a lot of energy as students, they have a lot of resources that they can devote to things like activism. And so what we do is we bring them in, we support them in ending changing campus drug policies, educating the community about this issue, getting involved in other ways. So our chapters are autonomous. We encourage them to make their own decisions about what they prioritize in their work and what campaigns they get involved in and how they want to get involved. So that helps us, keep connected to the grassroots because we're not dictating to them the things that they must work on and the things that they must avoid, within reason, obviously. We train young people in the skills that they need to end the war on drugs. We provide them with advice and support and guidance and materials and involve them in decision making if and whenever possible, so that they can feel invested. We go to the next slide. Thank you. So it's kind of a drug policy reform leadership pipeline that we have. We have a cycle of engagement. We take a new student who's just, thrilled with incitement, but it's not really very refined, doesn't maybe have a whole lot of skills or direction, and we kind of craft that person and refine their skills and, create a kind of more experienced student activist. And then after they graduate, we keep our students involved as alumni when they go on as professionals, whether they're doing the kind of work that we do, to end the war on drugs and drug policy reform, or if they do something outside of this, it's not directly related, they can help us in an advisory role or in a funding role, and many of our alumni do, since we have more alumni than current students after being around for 15 years. So we can go to the next. And actually, we have a lot of, this is a list of where our alumni work. It's a partial list. The full list can be found online. I see, several alumni in the room. We've heard from several of them this weekend. Tom Angel from LEAP and Marijuana Majority was an SSDP alumni. Sean Luce was COO of Berkeley Patients Group. Troy Dayton, CEO of ArcView. And Rebecca Saltzman, she just got elected to the BART Board of Directors here, which I think makes her the first SSDP to come to office. So, big deal for us, So our alumni Jimmy Devine, I see all of you guys. Been involved in SSDP as students and went on to, serve in a professional capacity. So really, really, really proud of that list. Thank you. And tying in a bit on the alumni note to Colorado, two of the people working on the campaign for Amendment 64, Shalene Title and Josh Capel, were actually SSDPers originally. So I was really happy, to see them playing such a leadership role, an important role in that successful campaign. So Lauren asked me to speak a little bit about what we did in Colorado, to organize our grassroots network that really seemed to work out pretty well. And we were involved with the campaign there intimately from day one. SSDP staff hosted a conference, SSDP 2012, in March of 2012, obviously, in Denver, to bring together about 400 students and train them, get them talking about this issue, kind of, galvanize on the excitement that is buzzing around in the state. Then we created an online phone bank that I hope you guys utilized or were familiar with. Our students actually called 18,000 Colorado voters through our online phone bank, which I think is pretty amazing. And there were 3 of our students who made over 1,000 calls each. Wow. So that deserves a These students are machines. Over 1,000 calls each, on top of a full class load and work. It's absolutely amazing what these kids can get done. All right, so, we participated in the campaign, participated in the unified campaign. I think they did a really great job of, keeping all of the leaders of the different organizations on the same page. So there weren't any, mismatched expectations or anything like that. And I think that was something that really helped it be a fluid grassroots activation campaign that we were able to participate in there. And then finally, I just want to talk a bit about maintaining relationships, because that's something that's essential to SSDP's success and cohesiveness, and something that I think is a vital and important ingredient in organizing any group of people to get on the same page and to do a collective action. Our outreach staff, they exist to serve our SSDP students and our chapters, where we encourage our outreach directors to be in regular communication with our chapter leaders. They are supposed to be calling them at least once per month, and they're supposed to return the new chapter applications that we receive online within 24 hours with a phone call to make sure that we stay, really actively engaged with these students and provide them the one-on-one support that young people really need to find an effective path and to learn the skills that will make them effective advocates. We solicit feedback through surveys and through one-on-one conversations and talk to our members about what's important to them, what is really hot right now, how do they like to hear from us, what are we not doing as well that maybe we can do a little bit better, and that helps people stay connected, because we mean it when we say that we're a grassroots organization. So, it takes a give and take process, so we try to engage our members soliciting that kind of honest feedback. And keeping our supporters in the loop, providing them with information about what's going on and opportunities to take action, and fostering an online community with Facebook groups and listservs and things like that, webinars. We do leadership webinars on fundraising and recruitment, things like that, so that our community can stay connected online. And then, of course, offline, FaceTime, very important for keeping and building relationships. I have a list of upcoming events here that SSDP is going to be participating in. We've got some boot camps this spring. We're going to be having a federal lobby day in Washington, D.C. in April. Then we're co-hosting the Reform Conference, Drug Policy Alliance, in the fall in Denver. Hope to see you all there. And then the next standalone Students for Sensible Drug Policy Conference will be in the fall of 2014. So with that, I know that we're running a bit short on time. Hope that I do see you at those events and that, ask any questions that you might have. And thank you so much for having me.